everybody. So it's so exciting to have this happening today. It's 6 o'clock and Amy selected one person to work with to show her incredible 15 guideline map to booking technique, the Amy Linden Technique. And I've been a manager for many years. Before that, I was an agent. And my clients, when they didn't book, I sent them to Amy. And Amy would do whatever magic she does, and they would start to book. So at that time, I didn't know what that magic was that she did. And I've said this before. She and I were doing a coaching on a cruise ship in Guatemala somewhere, or Honduras, or wherever we were. And we went there and we were teaching. And all of us had a lot of casting directors, agents, managers, and trainers in different rooms, coaching and doing our thing. I was teaching the business. She was doing her techniques. And I stopped in Daniel and who runs Envy Model Management. And Carol Goldwasser had her room, and everybody had a room. I went and watched your room because I love to learn. In this business, I can never stop getting enough information. I love it. I'm addicted. Okay, it's true. So I was watching Amy's. She had a full seminar going on for hours and hours that day, and I went and sat and watched. And the actors would get up and they'd do their scene. And I would say, oh my God, that actor was terrible. Oh my God, that was awful. I don't even know what I'd say. Because me, I'm so direct and I hate bad acting. And I would have been like, that sucks. So thank God I don't teach, thank God Amy has a much different approach. So Amy actually takes the actor to her technique and shows them what they need to do. That makes them improve. So I was watching and the girl sucked. Like, she straight up sucked. And then Amy did like one or two techniques from the technique. And I watched, one girl was doing a scene where she had a lemonade stand and she was giving people the lemonade. And what was happening was, I didn't believe she had a stand. I didn't believe she was giving lemonade to anybody. And it was a funny scene, and this character kept changing as it went along. Like, she kept getting angry. She was an environmentalist. And Amy made us see the scene. So when she first started, Amy said, you don't have the stand. And I was like, what does that mean exactly? Because Amy has her way of saying it. What's that mean? Well, the girl had a lemonade stand, but we as the audience could not see the stand. Because she couldn't see the stand. So if she couldn't see it, we couldn't see it. And then when she was giving people, she didn't see her people that were coming by getting the lemonade. If she can't see those people in front of her, we can't see them. It has to go through the actor's imagination. Mm-hmm. So she taught her these things, and then I could see the people because she was interacting with these people she was acting in the scene by herself at first. And I learned that from Amy. She was acting in the scene by herself. She didn't have the people she was talking to. She didn't have the stand. And she wasn't picking up the humor because the scene was going on like, you can buy this, but you have to bring your own cup. And then you can do this, but you need to bring your own straws. And she's like this environmentalist freak. But she didn't even understand her own character. So Amy worked with her, and just in 10, 15 minutes, I saw the stand, I saw the people, I saw the meaning of the story she was telling, and it changed like that. And then her acting, of course, she has some more training to do, but it went from 0 to 7 in like seconds. And I was like, holy shit, man, Amy's the bomb. And then she had another scene where some girl was in the hallway of a school talking to her boyfriend.
It's amazing to me that you remember all these scenes.
I remember everything you did. I remember what you said, what you did, what they said, what they did, what happened, the transformation. Because I love acting and I love watching it, and I love good teachers. There's some boring ass teachers because I just sat in a really boring class the other day, but you are a dynamic and interesting coach. And I left that class, I was so fucking bored. But this one I was watching, right? No offense, but I really was so fucking bored. I thought, oh my God, I hate watching acting teachers teach. I said, no, I don't. I just hate some acting teachers teaching. So it was like, God, so much crap. I mean, it just was not about making a clear story. It's like, it has to be about the story, right? So then this girl was telling a story. She was talking to her boyfriend in the hall at a school, and you said she doesn't have the guy.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, that mean? She doesn't have the guy here. She goes again, coaching. And she did not see the boyfriend in front of her. She didn't see what he was wearing. She
No,
didn't
she
see
didn't
his
have him.
attitude. She didn't see his personality because we couldn't see it because she didn't see it. And I was like, wow. By the time, and she didn't acknowledge she was in the place. Amy said, you don't have the place. I was like, oh, what does that mean? The school, she's in a hallway in the school. There's people walking by. She's having a conversation with her boyfriend. Maybe there's moments that she doesn't want people to hear. So she gets a little softer. And so she doesn't, she didn't have the place and she didn't have the guy. And after Amy worked with her, she had the place and the guy. And the story became much more clear.
Yeah.
And I said, holy shit, if she did that in 1 or 2 techniques, I've never seen the whole 15 techniques. So I asked Amy if she would be kind enough to actually come in here and show us all 15 techniques live and pick one actor. They're going to do a scene the way they normally do it without working on her techniques at all. How would you normally do it? And then she's going to apply those 15 techniques live. And we're going to watch it.
Well, I mean, you understand what it is. I have Kayla and Kelly and Seth. They're on here. They know my technique and they understand how maybe just 1 or 2 or 3 guidelines could significantly change your scene.
It really did. I mean, you used 1 or 2 guidelines and those, I completely believed that they were there. Yes, they need more practice. Yes, they need to master the technique so they can implement it, in a powerful way on their own or even a stronger way. But it changed their whole storytelling. I could see what they were doing. And I was like, actually, she's not really a bad actress. She just didn't know what she was doing.
Yeah, which brings me to that a lot of you guys, that a lot of people say, oh my God, you're such a great actor, you're such a great actor. Yeah, you are. But just because you're a great actor doesn't mean you're a great auditioner. So, and a lot of times, people won't see your talent unless you're telling the right story. It's always going to be your approach. And it's not necessarily going to be your talent, because what's going to happen is if they don't see the approach, they're not going to see your talent. You could also be in the wrong script, not understanding the script. And so I want to tell you why I picked Paul. Now, guys, there were a lot of people that applied for this contest, like a lot of people, and then there are a lot of people that were very so kind to you, Paul. They were genuinely happy that you won. So that was exciting. Didn't you see that, Wendy? You have such a great group of people, Wendy. Everybody's so kind to each other, and thank God in our community we're kind to each other.
Well, Paul deserves this, man. Paul works his ass off. So this is great. I'm glad you're here, Paul.
Well, I have it here, but I did a bunch of selfies, so I have to go back. Okay, there it is. All right, so I want to talk about why I gave it to Paul, all right? And it's really important that you know this. First off, I went to Paul's IMDb. Now, on Paul's IMDb, I saw, I think you have 48 films listed, or 48 projects listed. And about 45 of them, I believe, are short films, okay? Pretty much. Which said to me immediately, this is an actor's actor.
He likes to act.
He loves acting. Loves acting so much that he doesn't care what he's working on, he just wants to act. Am I right, Paul? Yeah. See, I know these things. I've been doing this a very long time. And then I was like, okay, well, why else did I pick Paul? He said that, and I want everybody to listen to this because this is the key. What you're gonna find out today is the key to why he's not booking, and we're gonna fix you up, Paul. I am gonna be your booking doctor. I'm gonna fix you up, and the 40 auditions that you had that you haven't booked, it's gonna change. He says, I meet with all the qualifications. I desperately need to learn how to book. Everybody wrote that. Okay, so that was an original. But what was original was I had over 40 auditions for network shows. So now Paul can book films. Paul does not have a problem booking films. Am I right, Paul? Just go like this. Thank you. Just go like this. So I'm right, Paul. Okay, so Paul doesn't have a problem booking films, but he has an issue. Let's call it an issue. I'm not going to call it a problem. I'm going to call it an issue. He has an issue booking television. Isn't that correct? Okay. Well, we're going to fix that today. And I want to tell you this, that every time that I came back from a television audition, I would call my assistant back in the day. Her name was Michelle. And I would say, oh my God, Michelle, I hate television. I hate television so much. And she'd be like, oh, you're probably going to book it. And I did. But that's not even it. The reason why you guys hate television, okay, or you have issues booking television. A lot of actors book films and they have a hard time booking television. Because I'm only going to talk about television today because I also gave Paul an episodic TV show script on purpose. Because why would I give you a film script, Paul, if you book films? It doesn't make good godly sense. I have to give you what you're weak at, so your biggest weakness could become your biggest strength.
Wow.
You guys, but a lot of you guys, you stick to the same thing that you always do and always do and always do, and your weaknesses get weaker and your strengths get stronger, and you need some balance there, you know?
Plus, if you keep doing what you're doing, you'll keep getting what you get.
Yeah, pretty much so.
You want something you've never had, you have to do something you've never done.
Pretty much, which is why you guys are here today.
I'm muting myself. Goodbye.
Okay. In film, people book film because they're hiring the best actor. They will change the script for you. They'll rewrite the script for you. They'll move things around for you because they want the best actor. Also, the screen is very, very big and it's very, very close, so you can't lie. In film, we want to see you thinking. It's all about seeing you thinking. The best actors have the strongest transitions, and we see them thinking on film. And we see them through their transitions, how they got from A to B to C to D to E to F. Do you understand? In television, it's about where you fit. Are you fitting into the puzzle that they gave you? So there's a million reasons why people don't book television, but that's one of them, is that you guys don't understand the puzzle, okay? The second thing that you need to understand is that television is a corporate medium, and you creatives are expecting something from this corporate medium when you're not corporate. And then you wonder why you walked away from a television audition feeling like you needed to take a shower. Am I right? In the corporate world, they're not interested in your process. In the film world, they love your process. As a matter of fact, they want you to add to your process. In the television world, you're not supposed to add to anything because it is the story's medium to move the series regular story along. So it's not about you. The decision makers are all from pretty much white America, corporate white America. And so if you look at, like years ago, I used to say this about TV Guide when TV Guide was out, but I mean, you could see it in posters. You have the formation of the new people on the new show, and they're always formatted like this. They're like flanked, you know, and they're standing like this. Like some people are sitting, some people are standing, but they're doing stuff like that. You know, they're always posing. Am I right? When I'm right, go like that. Am I right? Okay. So, and they get one. Oh, that's good. Right on. Okay. Everybody should have that. And they get the same types. I'm talking about network television. I am not talking about streaming services. I'm talking about network television. Network television, they keep hiring the same types. They're going to have, it's going to be a gay person, And now lesbians are really hot, so they're gonna have a lesbian. They're definitely gonna have kissing scenes. Then they're gonna have an Asian person, a black person, a hot white girl, a character white girl, and a character white guy. That's usually what they're hiring on network shows. Am I right? Now they're also going to put in East Indians, very popular right now, right? Archa, East Indian, very popular right now. They're going to throw that in there too, just in the mix. Maybe you'll be a nurse. I want you guys to start watching who they're hiring on television, and most importantly, what they're wearing. So if you're not getting a job, that means that you're not showing up looking like it when you go to put your self-tape together. It's a visual art form. They're seeing the whole cast together. Whereas film is a creative art form. They're made by creative people who have more vision. Television people don't have vision. Just like when you go to a commercial, they have a storyboard. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna hire exactly how the person is drawn on the storyboard. 9 times out of 10. So with that said, everything counts in television. So if you don't understand the tone and the style of that particular show, you won't be on that particular show. You guys understanding this? Okay. So that's why I used to leave these auditions, because the casting directors to film and television, they have to answer to the studios. And the studio executives, like I used to be really good friends with Melissa Scoff, she was casting director for JAG, and I hired her to cast a couple of things that I did back in the day. And she was always complaining that she would bring them such great actors and they would make her go back out to get more, go back out to get more, and go back out to get more. And basically, they made her crazy. So by the time she got to you, she was under the gun to cast the job because they were constantly saying they're not right, but she had a deadline. So that's why a lot of the times when you meet casting directors that are from television, they're extremely highly stressed. So when you go in the room as the empaths that we are, we're picking up their stinking thinking. And we're adding it to our audition. We're trying to get them to look at us. We're trying to get them to, like, why are they reading so crappy? Why are they reading fast? Why did they set up the camera like that? I went into an audition where she was reading with me, looking at the camera, looking at the script, boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, who the fuck am I supposed to look at? And so I'm going like this, right? Now, it's no wonder you don't get those jobs. So the Linden Technique was born because I was always so freaking psyched out in the room. I was always going to the audition knowing what I wanted to do, and then I would get in the room and I would get psyched out. Are you guys with me? So if the cast, I'm going to speak logical to you. If the casting director is not there to help you, then why do you keep reaching to them to read better? Why do you keep reaching to them to give you something if that's not their job? Are you understanding this? So in the Linden Technique, we take them out of the picture completely. As an artist, even in your close-ups, you should be going in close-up in your world. Because let's say they move the camera and you can't read with your partner anymore, which is what the problem is with Meisner. And I have a guideline from Meisner as well. because you guys are used to exchanging. Are you all with me? And you wonder why you're not booking. Picking up energy that you're not supposed to be picking up. You're trying to exchange energy with people that aren't supposed to give you anything. They're not supposed to. And then you get mad because they're not giving you anything. And that becomes part of your audition. I mean, not even to mention casting the audition in the waiting room. The best thing that could have happened to all of us was Zoom and self-tape. The best thing. It has opened the playing field to people all over the world. And you don't have to be in the room with judgment, because that is what you're responding to. You're responding to judgment. Thank you, Seth. You guys, you can do this at any time. You're responding to judgment. Now, look, I am you. I'm probably the only coach in the world with over 100 IMDb credits. I am you. I have fallen on my face. I still fall on my face. If I don't do my technique, I will fall on my face. I will guarantee you that. So today, with Paul, let's go back to why else I picked him. So he said that he had 40 auditions for network shows, for major motion pictures. Both would bring a lot of stress. Right, Paul? Yeah. The bigger audition, the more stress, right, guys? Yeah. But what if you took everybody out of the picture and you as creative beings created the world that you live in? That you brought in with you the person that you're talking to. You brought in with you the environment. You brought everything in with you, instead of asking for something from someone else. That is why it was born. Because I was picking up energy outside of myself. And once I realized that I was the gift that I was bringing, and I knew what I was doing, what I was saying, what I was feeling, and I came in and it was the Amy show. Even if it was a small co-star, it was a small Amy show. Tiny, tiny Amy show. And if it was a commercial, it was a tiny, 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 tiny Amy show. Then I knew that I wasn't giving away my power anymore. Who do people want to hire? They only want to hire powerful people. Well, as actors, all of us are pretty much broken. But that's what makes you a great actor. Are you guys all with me? So we're going to take that brokenness, and what we're going to do is we're going to put it in a place that it belongs, and that's in the work, not outside of you. So another reason why I picked Paul, he said, it's frustrating because did you book Lifetime movies and tons of indie stuff, but you didn't book big stuff, Paul. I train people to book big stuff. When I give you guys scenes, I give you huge scenes. That's why I have 52 network series regulars and an Emmy winner. My technique right now is being taught at Kansas University. It's part of their curriculum. It's crazy what's going on with this. Because if you train in a big way, then when you get small stuff, you'll be like, nah. You know, you want to train really hard so every audition is not such a big deal. You will get over the hump because I will help you. That's what he says. I just need to get over the hump. As for what I need help with, I think I fall into the category of trying to play what I think the casting director is looking for. Now let's address that, okay? How many other people think that? Don't you go, oh God, if I could only give the casting director what they're looking for. What they're looking for is you. Hello? They're looking for you. They're looking for you to understand the writer's story. But if you keep clowning it up and running around and trying to think about what they're looking for. They don't know what they're looking for. But I'll tell you this, they know it when they see it. They go, oh my God, that's the guy. That's the girl. And how do they know that? Because you're telling the right story. And how else do they know that? That you're not over there, you're over here. The more you're over there, the more you gave it to them. You just gave it to them. I have to tell you guys this quick story because it's really important I tell you this story because I am you. I am you in every way. I went for a callback for this comedy audition. It was a callback, mind you. I'm in the waiting room and I see this girl with her hair on top of her head and I go, oh, fuck, why didn't I put my hair on top of my head? Okay, right? I just gave it to her. I just gave her my job. I didn't even get in the room. I just gave it to her. It's just like you guys going to like auditions and somebody's with board shorts on and you're like, God, I should have worn board shorts. Why didn't I wear board shorts? You know, you're done. You're done. Go home. Just go home. Okay, then okay, it didn't stop there. Okay, it got worse. I go into the waiting room. I go into the room. And so there's the casting director behind the camera. No, he's on the side of the camera. And then you have the person behind the camera and some lady on the couch. Okay? Some lady on the couch. And this is what the lady was doing, guys. No shit. I'm telling you, this is what she was doing. At my comedy audition, she had stinking thinking all over her. At my comedy audition, and I'm thinking, who the hell invited her? She's not funny. She's mean. She's nasty. You guys, this is, as I'm auditioning, I'm thinking this. Okay? Needless to say, I didn't get that job. But the point is, I was not in my bubble, my little cone of silence. I was not in my cone of silence. I was in their cone of silence. If I was in my little bubble that I brought in with me, then I wouldn't have even seen the girl in the waiting room. And I definitely wouldn't have picked up the energy of the lady that I don't know why they invited her. Like, really, guys, why would they invite somebody? Let's just talk for a second. Why would they invite a horrible person for a comedy show to sit there in the waiting room? Why? Because they don't care about you. When are you going to understand that? Their job is not to care about you. Their job is to find you. So stop asking them to care about you and stop looking to them for them to give the answer of what it is. What are you looking for? Oh, you want me to close the door? Should I call the next person in? They're not going to hire you because you're weak. Fuck that. You come in and you go, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm saying. I know what I'm feeling. I'm going to go in. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to get out fast. I'm not going to hang around. And then you won't see the lady on the couch. And then you won't worry about what they're looking for. Because it's got to be your show. If it's not your show, how are you going to ever be a star? And I know all of you want to be stars. How is that ever going to happen? So even if you have the smallest role, just fulfill it the most you can fulfill it. What is the missing piece to their puzzle? In television, I gave Paul a co-star. Paul needs, what I'm going to see is if Paul is going to fulfill their puzzle. And then once he fills their puzzle, I'm going to pimp it out. I'm going to show him how to pimp it out to tell an even better story. So that's another reason why I pimped Paul, is because he's going over there. Paul, you're a great example for me today. You're my guinea pig. Yeah. Why else did I pick Paul? He wrote something else. I'm always afraid I make too bold of a choice that it'll come off as overacting. Is Viola Davis overacting? Is Jim Carrey overacting? Did Robin Williams overact? Does Al Pacino overact? Well, yes, sometimes. But do you believe him? Yes. All the great stars overact, Paul. They're acting in truth. Do you guys overact? I'm positive you overact. Anybody have any fights lately with anybody? Raise your hand. Did you overact in your fight? I'm sure you were hamming it up. So why isn't it as actors, we minimalize ourselves? We continually minimalize ourselves until we're nothing, till we have no power at all. So you're giving the power away to the casting director, asking them what they're looking for. You're giving the power away thinking you're too big, so then you're going to stand outside of it and look at it. You're never going to be in it and experience it that way, like ever. Are you guys resonating with this? So that all needs to change. And the moment that changes, then you'll remember why you became an actor to begin with. You'll remember. Overacting is not, all it means is not in truth. That's all overacting is. Overacting means not in truth. I mean, the people that swing all the way through, those are the people that are taking your job. How you book it is never going to be how you shoot it on television. I think I've done like 40 television shows. I would say 39 times how I booked it was not how I shot it. How you book anything is not how you shoot it. Learn how to book a job, guys. And stop minimalizing yourself to fit into something that you think, whatever you think. You know a lot more than you think. And so much so that you got all this other stuff going on that your instincts are out the fucking window at that point. You're double guessing your instincts, and your instincts could possibly book you the job. Like you're thinking about, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, God, I can't do that. Well, then just can't do anything then. What about trying something different? What about doing everything that you first thought when you read it? Okay. Does anybody have any questions before I move on? Just go like that. I know, I'm pretty intense. Yeah, but you have to understand, guys, I'm a master teacher. I'm a master teacher. So I'm intense because I'm passionate. I'm passionate about your success. And I'm like I'm Olympic booking coach. That's what I am. So it's like a skater getting ready for the Olympics. They're gonna hire somebody like me. Isn't that what this business is like? Seth, do you have a question?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you're auditioning for a co-star that's 2 lines, right? You go in there. Should you direct yourself to the casting director or make your eye line a specific way to be in the truth?
I don't understand that question. First, you're always going to be in the truth. Okay, so the casting director is always going to be the other person. Are you talking?
So even if they're sitting here, just direct
Well,
with
first
them?
off, it is. Are you talking about? Are you talking about a self-tape?
No, being in the room.
Oh, if you're being in the room and the casting director has put themselves away from the camera try to split the difference between the two. They have a tendency to do that. I'm like, why are you over there? I mean, seriously, they're like, over there, the camera's over there, and the producer over there. I'm like, can't you guys get it together? Like, why isn't anybody sitting together? So who am I supposed to look at? Try to turn a teeny bit turned out towards the producers or towards the camera, who will be the producers because they are going to be watching it. But always read to the reader when you're in a live audition. Does that answer that?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
What if it's just one person
Then look at that one person.
and they're sitting away here?
Then adjust yourself, because you're not there for the camera. You're there to talk to the one person. If they want to put the camera over there, then that's their business.
So still look at them in the eye?
Yes.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll put a camera on just for reference. Because a lot of times we'll walk in and go, why is the camera over there? You know what I mean? We never know. But that's the thing that constantly trips us up. We walk in the room, we like, what? Does casting director not know what they're doing? And then we get angry. We're like, why would they do that? You know what I mean? And we're like all messed up. I forget them. Everything goes to them when you get in the room, unless they tell you something different. If you could position yourself around just a teeny bit so the camera could at least get a little bit, then do that. All right?
Thank you. Peace out.
All right. Anybody have any questions before I get going? You guys gotta have questions. I'm sure you have questions. All right. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put Paul in. This is gonna be a work session, okay? And Paul does not know my technique at all. It just feels like a game show. Paul has been in the booth the whole time. He does not know my technique at all. He's going to come out and do it the way he's going to do it. And then I am going to go through my technique with him, okay? So it's important that I see how Paul is working. Because if I understand how Paul is working, then I can help him. You guys understand? All right. Okay, Paul, unmute yourself. Okay, Paul, I'm gonna pin you. All right, so I'm gonna let you do your thing.
Okay.
Okay.
You want our cameras off?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you for that. Yeah, turn the camera off, and then you'll turn it back on when Paul's done. Okay. Everybody, turn it off, because I think it'll be better for Paul. All right. Paul, I want you to position it as if I'm a casting director, okay? So, Paul, do you have any questions?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm square.
Wonderful. So, whenever you're ready.
Okay. The MP still can't find his right lower leg or his left hand. The body had massive concussive injuries.
An armor-piercing shell can do that to you.
Yeah, well, he didn't die from the fired artillery. He was stabbed at least 15 times. 2 punctures to the heart. From the lividity of the blood, he died 2 hours before he was brought out to the impact zone.
Good place to dump a body. You get a direct artillery hit, there'll be nothing to find.
All the wounds look like they came from a standard combat knife, except one, right here, up over here, over the collarbone. It's weird. It's a deep wound, and the shape of the knife curves forward. I sketched the outline. I think it was used to hook him and drag the victim.
So what about these?
Bruises from a struggle.
Left shoulder is pulled out of the socket.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he bled into the joint, which means it happens before he died. How'd you know?
Okay, Paul, you ready?
I don't know.
Okay. Read the top for me. Read the top for me. The very top. Read the very top.
Very top.
Just,
Schuler grabbed.
medical examiner's office day. Go ahead.
Okay.
Going.
Callan and Sam follow medical examiner Schuler, 38, into the examination room.
Stop. They follow you, right?
Right.
Okay, so put the script down. I want you to go out. Either go out to your left. Go out.
Okay.
Go off screen. Go ahead. Go off screen. Are you sitting? Why are you sitting? Get rid of the chair. The guy's not sitting. You guys, I'm gonna be screaming at him tonight. Okay. Set it up so you could stand, Paul.
Okay.
If the guy's not sitting, you shouldn't be sitting.
Gotcha.
You have it set up for you to stand, Paul? Go in and see.
Yeah, it's set up now. Let me just make sure it's right here. This might take longer than we thought. Okay.
All right, are you framed up? Let's see. Okay, good. Now, Paul, we're gonna go frame by frame because film and television is moving pictures. Drop your script. Drop the damn script, you know the lines. Moving pictures, frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame. You missed a bunch of frames. So I'm gonna take you through it and then you'll be like, oh my God, duh. Okay?
Okay.
So, Callan and Sam follow medical examiner in. So that means you're walking into the medical examiner room. So let's just do that frame. So as you're walking in, I want you to be speaking the MP still can't find until you get to the body. Okay? Go ahead, walk in, go out. Go out.
All right.
Now start talking, go.
The MP still can't find the right lower leg or the left hand. The body had massive concussive injuries.
Okay, good. Good. So can you walk in as if you guys are walking and then you show up and then you're there?
I think so.
Okay, let's see what it looks like.
All righty.
Okay.
Yep.
In your imagination, it has to feel like you're still walking until you get there, and then you're going to take a step up, and then you're going to be in front of the body. Okay?
Okay.
Go.
The MP still can't find the right lower left leg or the left hand.
Why are you looking down? You haven't even gotten to the body yet.
I was looking at it as I was coming in.
There yet.
Huh?
Not there yet. You haven't even pulled the sheet back to reveal it. Get out. Go out.
Well, I'm getting ready to pull it.
No, not yet. Just walk into the damn room. Go.
Okay.
Walk in and talk to me as if somebody's following you, and then they're next to you, and then finish the conversation, and then pull the sheet back. Okay?
Okay.
Go.
The MP still can't find the right lower leg or the left hand. The body had massive concussive injuries.
Hold on. They have to be taller. They have to be taller. You're making them too short.
Well, I'm 6'5", so I'm always looking down.
I know, but it looks like they're really, really, really tiny, okay?
Oh, okay.
And you don't pull it back until the other guy says he didn't, until you say he didn't die from artillery fire. That's when you pull it back, okay? Because that's what it says. Okay, so now listen. You're gonna walk in, you're gonna have a conversation, and then you're gonna have a casual conversation with me until you say the line, he didn't die from artillery fire. Stop looking at your script, you know it.
Okay.
Stop looking at your script, you know it. Okay, so you're gonna walk in, you're gonna tell me what's going on, right? So what's going on? What is it about the right lower leg and the left hand? What is it about it?
They said the MP still can't find them.
So how is that hard for you as a coroner?
It's just something that's it's just one of the medical one of the things about the body.
Well, make sure I understand that when you say it. Okay, go out and commit. You're a medical examiner, right? So,
Yeah.
talk to me about the body like you know about the body. Go.
Okay. The MP still can't find the right lower left leg or the left hand. The body had massive concussive injuries.
An armor piercing shell can do that to you.
Well, he didn't die from the artillery fire.
Okay, good. Okay, good. All right. So that's how you're going to get off book, okay? So you got to put yourself in the scene. Take us on your little magic carpet ride. But now what I want you to do, you can look over there, but now you have to slowly make me towards the camera before you do the sheet. So that should go on, he didn't die from artillery fires. Okay,
I
so
should slowly look at you.
you should look at me by that time. You're still looking.
Okay.
Okay?
Gotcha.
And you look at me by that time because then you've arrived.
All right. All
Okay.
right.
So you're walking, you're talking, and then you deliver, and then there's the body. You open it, and there we are. Got it?
Gotcha.
What you're doing is you're creating environment for me, which brings interest. It takes me into the scene with you immediately. Okay? Okay, go out and come in again.
The MPs still can't find the right lower leg and the left hand.
Do it again. You're talking too slow. You should be talking a lot faster and land on body and massive concussion injuries. That's when you should land. You should be talking a lot faster.
Okay.
Television. They got to cut to
Gotcha.
go.
The MP still can't find the right lower leg or the left hand. The body had massive concussive injuries.
An armor piercing shell can do that to you. Now look at me over here.
Yeah, well, they didn't die from the artillery fire.
There we go. Now show me why. Pull back the sheet. Okay, pull back the sheet. Great. Now look at the body. Okay. Now show me where he was stabbed.
He was stabbed at least 15 times.
Wait,
Two
wait.
punctures to the heart.
Hold on. Hold on. You don't need to do it like that because you're not doing anything. You just need to see it.
Well, I was pointing to the exact stab.
You don't need to point to it.
Okay.
You don't need to point to it because to us, we can't see that you're pointing to it because it's too general. So if you're going to point, you're going to point specifically when there's a specific thing. Okay? Because
Okay.
we're looking at it with you. What we didn't see was later on the curved knife. That's when you could create that.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, so now look at the body and tell me what's going on.
He was stabbed at least 15 times. Two punctures to the heart. From the lividity of the blood, he died hours before he was moved out to the impact zone.
Great. Now you're gonna look at the body. Okay, you see there's choreography in a scene, guys. It's called, the guideline is, what am I doing? So you're gonna look at the stab marks, you're gonna look at the puncture marks, and then you're gonna look at me on he died hours before his body was moved out. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Look at the stab marks. Go ahead.
Okay. He was stabbed at least 15 times. Two punctures to the heart. From the lividity of the blood, he died at least a few hours before being moved out to the impact zone.
Now don't go back to the body. If you look at television, everything is exact.
Okay.
So, and pay attention to punctuation. So he stabbed at least 15 times, first thought. Second thought, two punctures to the heart. Third thought, from the lividity of the blood. Fourth thought, look at me. He died before the body was moved out to the impact zone.
Okay.
Now that's an important story point. wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say so, yeah.
Okay, so describe the body, then look
Okay,
at me, give me when he died.
okay. He was stabbed at least 15 times, 2 punctures to the heart. From the lividity of the blood, he died hours before being brought out to the combat zone.
Good, do it again. See it to say it, Paul. You got to see it. You got to see it.
Okay.
See it to say it. You're not seeing the blood. You're not seeing the punctures. You're not, from your estimation, this guy was dead like he was dead for a while.
Okay.
Go ahead. Look at the stab wounds.
Gotcha. He was stabbed at least 15 times, 2 punctures to the heart, and from the lividity of the blood, he died hours before being brought out to the impact zone.
Yes, we're almost there. We're almost there. Okay. Now, he died hours before being brought out. It's too sloppy. You're moving up. Okay. Television is sharp. So you're down here, lividity of the blood, turn, he died hours. Everything's very dramatic on television. Okay. Okay. Do it again.
Okay.
Paul, see it to say it.
He was stabbed at least 15 times, 2 punctures to the heart. From the lividity of the blood, he died hours before being moved out to the impact zone.
Yes. Yes. Do it again. Slow down. See it to say it. Feel it. Be it. Relax. This guy sees bodies all day long. Just give me your expert opinion of what happened to this guy.
Okay.
Expert opinion, go.
He was stabbed at least 15 times, 2 punctures to the heart, and from the lividity of the blood, he died hours before being brought out to the impact zone.
Yes! Okay, guys. Guys, come back for a second. I want to talk to you, okay? We're going to move on. We're going to keep moving on this scene. But we're using this scene and Paul as a guinea pig because I want you to understand television, okay? So what are you learning from watching? Hands, hands, hands. What are you learning from watching? Let's go. What are you learning? Yes, Mandy, talk to me.
You're just breaking it down into like the smallest clumps possible and focusing on each little clump before moving on, which is totally different.
Yes. Are you seeing the story?
Yes.
Kelly.
That his actions and what he's doing in the scene mean a lot.
Yeah, I mean, he's telling the story. His job is to give the facts on how the guy died so they can go to the next person. And so everything that it also showcases him as an expert. Hi, Allison. Another ex-student, former student. I know you'll be back. I know you'll be back. All right, what else are you guys learning? Hands. Yes, Seth.
Choreography and the intention are 2 separate things, but they need to be sharpened together.
Yes. And that's the way you guys are going to get off book, too. Also, see it to say it, you know? He's memorizing instead of breaking it down exactly what he's talking about, really seeing the heart, really seeing the blood, really seeing everything. And then when he started to see that, it was real. He was the guy. Yes, Leslie.
You said TV is specific, exact. So you said don't look back at the body. And why did you say like?
Because he was already on the body. And it was a story point. The story point was he died hours before his body was moved out to the impact zone. It was a story point. So he's describing the body, and then saying, yeah, the guy was dead. Well, okay. Now, if you watch television, you see that all the time, and they do it just like that. Yeah, he was dead.
Thanks.
You go on, right? I mean, it's how we see it. And so if you guys keep being so creative on network television, that's why they're not booking you. You're too frou-frou, okay? Everything has to be exact. What, Seth?
I just wanted to say, Paul, you're doing amazing. I know there's a lot of pressure here. That last take was spot on.
Thank you. I
Spot
appreciate it.
Yeah, well,
Lynn might disagree with you, but thanks.
all right,
It's because of them.
all right, I'm muting you, Seth.
Oh, he's my favorite.
Stay away from me.
I want to go eat.
Okay. All right, Paul, let's continue on with this thing. All right, everybody, hide yourself. Okay, Paul. So now in the next section, now you're talking about what?
All the wounds looking like they were made by a standard combat knife. I'm talking about how the
That's correct. Okay, so the character of Sam and Callan are, it says tight on Sam studying the body. Okay, notice I'm reading action. You don't pay attention to action for some reason. You have to start paying attention to action because sometimes you'll do the action. I know you're not Sam, but that's what they're doing. So if they're moving in, look at me for a second. I'm reading it for you. Get rid of the script. Drop the script.
sorry.
Drop the script. If they're doing this, if it's moving pictures, and they're going like this, what would you say next?
What would I say next?
Wait, I just told you, stop looking at your lines.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
No,
good,
no.
good.
Yeah, no. I was looking at the body.
Fine, but what would you say to me if I'm looking closely at the body? What would you say to me?
And describe probably what you were looking at or trying to figure out what you were looking at. And if I knew what that was, I would tell you.
Okay, so then do that. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
The place to dump a body, you get a direct artillery hit, there'll be nothing to find.
All the wounds look like they were made by a standard combat knife, except this one.
Okay, good.
They're over the-
Now, why is this one important, except this one? Why
It's
is that?
different.
Well, it's not the way that you're saying it. You have to say it like it's different.
Except this one.
Thank you. Every line is a separate thought. Understanding story. You guys are clumping too much. You need to read. Guideline number 1 is read it 10 times. You're not really reading what's there. So I need you to really see what's there. So if now you're talking about the knife and that it's not standard, then you're now looking at a different part of the body, right? Okay, now why are you looking at this part of the body?
Because it's a weird wound.
Great. Now say the paragraph with that understanding of what we just said.
Okay. All the wounds look like they were made with a standard combat knife, except this one. It's a weird wound. It's deep. It's up here over the collarbone.
Okay, great. Do it again, except what?
Except what?
Except what? What are you talking about? Except what?
Except this one. Except this one. Except this one.
Hold on. The worst thing you could do is to keep saying it and saying it and saying it, hoping you're going to land on it. That's like the worst thing you could do. Guess what? You will always land on it when you understand it. So what does except this one mean?
It's different. It's not like the others.
Now say the except this one.
Except this one.
Thank you. That's how you should be training. You should be talking around dialogue instead of on dialogue, continually on dialogue. If you're going to be on dialogue, it will always be flat. Always. It will never pop because it's not the exact truth. The exact truth. You can't just be good. You can't just be great. You guys have to be at no question. And no question means there's no question I have to tell this. I have to have this person because they're telling the greatest story ever. But if you're not spending enough time knowing exactly what you're saying, and if you keep running lines, you will never get to exact truth. So I need you to start talking around lines. Up here over the collarbone. Okay, go look at the body. Now say that line to me.
Up here, over the collarbone.
Perfect. That's a perfect read. You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get to say it. Okay, so then it says he sticks a metal ruler deep into the shoulder. Now, you can do that. Go get a ruler. I mean, a fake ruler. Okay, there we go. Now, underneath the screen, so we can't see, with both hands, show me what you're doing. Okay, so now say your line. It's weird. Go ahead.
It's weird. It's deep. It's a deep wound. And the shape of the knife curved forward.
Okay, great. Now put the ruler down. You say I sketched the outline. Show me the outline.
I sketched the outline.
Are you going to show it to me?
Yeah, I'm handing it like this.
Yeah, it would be straight this way. Don't use the paper. We can't see it. It's the paper. It's not an outline. Give me your fake outline underneath the screen.
Okay. I sketched the outline.
Yeah, perfect. It looks like you gave it to me. Okay, now you take the paper back and put it over the body. Now describe the rest to me.
I think it went in and was used to pull the victim.
Not clear. Not clear. What's the outline look like, Paul? Tell me what your outline.
Looks like a curved blade of a knife curving forward.
Right, and what did they hook it onto?
I'd say the collarbone, from what I can tell.
That's right. That's right. So now say the line, Paul.
I think it went in and was used to hook the patient and pull him. Hang on, let me get the exact word. Okay.
Oh, forget the line. That's what your problem is. You're trying to get it right. I need you to just understand it.
All right.
Close your eyes for a second. Do you see the knife?
Yes.
See the collarbone?
Yes.
So then it is, I think it went in, okay. And then what'd they use it for?
They used it to pull the victim.
Okay, now say the line to me now.
I think it went in and they used it to pull the victim.
Perfect read. Okay, you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The work that you're not doing. Okay, that's the work that you have to start to do. You're not visualizing anything. You're just rehearsing. And so it's not connected to anything. And so if it's not connected to you, why should I connect to you? Okay, so Callan shoots another look at Sam, who's studying the body, and then he says, what about these? Now, what did he just say? What about these mean?
The bruises. They're bruises from a struggle.
Okay, so he just pointed to the body, part of the body, right?
Mm-hmm.
So look at where he pointed. Now,
Okay.
give me the assessment. Now look at me. Give me the assessment.
The bruises from a struggle.
Perfect read. You see what I mean? Okay, now stay there. Now he says his left shoulder is pulled out of the socket, and then it says Schuler's surprised. Now, why is he surprised?
Because he wondered how he knew that or how he would know it.
Right, because not a lot of people would know that, right?
Right.
So so it's kind of like, oh.
Yeah, a little bit. It's like, yeah. He bled into it. So it means it happened while he was still alive. How'd you know?
Now your how'd you know looks like you're going to prosecute me and throw me in prison.
Okay.
What does that mean?
What? How'd you know?
What does that mean?
It means I wondered how he knew that the shoulder was out of socket, dislocated.
Keep talking around the line.
I want to know. I want to know how he knew that the
Yeah,
the shoulder.
you're still using the line, Paul. Why else? Why else might he be surprised?
Because I'm the medical examiner and he's just a cop.
Okay, that's right. So, wow, you're not as stupid as I thought you are. So say that to him. You're not as stupid as I thought you are. Say that. Just say you're not as stupid as I thought you are.
You're not as stupid as I thought you were.
Can you say it like Paul with a sense of humor?
You know, you're not as stupid as I thought you were.
Now say, how did you know?
How did you know?
That's how you should have read it. Okay?
That makes sense.
I know. That's why I get paid the big bucks, Paul. Okay, so we're going to put it all together now. Okay?
All right.
You have it in your body because we rehearsed it. We put it in your body. Okay? So
Gotcha.
don't think, just do it now. And Paul,
Yes.
don't try to get it right.
Okay.
Do not get it right, Paul. Just be Paul. So now I need the cherry on top, which is you. We already mapped it out. That's why it's the 15 guideline map to booking. We already mapped it out. You have it, Paul. Let's go. Take it from the top.
All right.
Got it, Paul. Don't try to do it. Don't run it in your head. Just be in it. We already rehearsed it right. You guys, you're only going to be as good as your homework.
All right.
I just taught him really good homework. Okay, let's go.
Okay. The MP still can't find the right lower leg or the left hand. The body had massive concussive injuries.
An armor piercing can still do that, you know.
Well, yeah, he didn't die from the artillery fire.
Okay,
He was
let's
stabbed at least 15 times.
hold on. Why don't we do this? Why don't you talk over there and you say the line, he didn't die by artillery fire as you're pulling the sheet. I think
Okay.
it'll make you more comfortable. Okay, take it from the top.
Take it from the top. The MP still can't find the right lower leg or the left hand. The body had massive concussive injuries.
An armor piercing still can do that to you.
He
Yeah.
didn't die from the artillery fire.
Yeah, excellent. Keep going.
He was stabbed at least 15 times. 2 punctures to the heart, and from the lividity of the blood, he died hours before they brought him out to the impact zone.
Don't look back to the body. Do not look back at the body. Stay on me. Stay on me. Good place to dump a body. You get a direct artillery hit, there'll be nothing to find.
All the wounds look like they were made from a standard combat knife, except this one.
Where is it? Where is
It's up here above the collarbone.
Okay.
It's weird. It's a deep wound, and the shape of the knife is curved. Here, I sketched the outline. I think it went in and was used to pull the victim.
Well, what about these?
Oh, bruises from a struggle.
So his left shoulder is pulled out of the socket.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and he bled into the joint, which means it happened while he was alive. How'd you know?
Yay, Paul! Great job. You're done.
Is it better?
That was wonderful. And it's a good thing that it's taped because you're going to get a chance to see the difference. It's ridiculous. All right, let's talk, guys. Let's talk. Let's talk about this.
Is anybody still there?
Okay, yeah, everybody's here. Fascinating, huh, guys? It's the most fascinating thing you've ever seen. All right, so let's talk about this. What did you learn from watching, and why was it fascinating to you? Archa.
Every line's a separate thought.
Gosh, that's one of my guidelines. I don't know which guideline it is, but it's every line is a separate thought. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. What else? Come on, Amanda, say something. I see your cute face making all these faces of joy.
I'll say, know what you're saying. You gotta know what you're saying. Don't talk around the line.
Yeah, you should talk around the line. Just
Talk around the line. Yeah, talk around the line. Yep.
don't run the damn thing a million times.
Right.
Stop rehearsing, guys. You're flattening that shit out. Okay, what else? What else? Who had something? Kelly, you got something?
I totally believed you. It was a story finally. Like it wasn't just somebody running lines. You stopped running lines. You did it and told a story. Woohoo!
I really believed he was this coroner guy.
Yeah.
I really believed him, and he had personality, and it would seem like he could recur on the show. You know what I mean? Yeah. What else did you learn from watching, guys? It's pretty fascinating, huh?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Paul, what'd you learn?
Pretty much what everybody said. I mean, I agree with you. I spend so much time trying to memorize the lines. I probably don't think about what each and every one of them mean as much as I should. I know I don't. But that's something I need to work on.
Paul, you will memorize the lines if you break it down the way that we just broke it down, and it gets in your body. But right now, I'm going to take a picture of us. Hold on. Everybody wave.
Oh.
Wait, I didn't take it. Okay, ready? Do one. Okay, we got it.
Yeah, going through all the actions is not something I really expected, but it obviously helped a lot, and I hadn't really not incorporated that much into my auditions, that much movement. I mean, a lot of times I've been told by other people to stay as still as possible, and
Listen, Paul, people give everybody general comments that could have been for a particular scene you were doing, but as actors, we apply one note to everything, and
right.
It totally messes us up. Every scene it has its own thing. In this particular scene, you needed that movement.
Right. Yeah.
Because it really was a 3-person scene. There was you, well, actually it was 4-person scene, but you're only talking one. But
one guy was stabbed 15 times.
Right, he's in the scene with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Adam, did you want to say something? Hi, Deb. Adam, did you want to say something? Or are you frozen? All right. What else? What else, Paul? What are you going to do differently the next time?
I'm definitely going to incorporate definitely the movement, and I like your tips on doing each, as you call them, frame at a time, and getting those down and then stitching them together.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, my guidelines, it's a 15 guideline technique. If you ask all those questions, then you're going to tell a great story. And the problem is that we miss asking those questions, and we're not consistent enough because we're not always consistently telling the right story. It's never going to be about your talent, guys. It's going to be about your approach. And if your approach is wrong or your homework is wrong, they're never going to see your talent. Look how talented he is. Not from his first take, though. Your first
nervous.
It doesn't matter. You're still going to be nervous if you're in front of.
I know. I'm making excuses.
No, but I'm saying it's the same nervousness. It's the same exact nervousness in front of network television executives. It's the same nervousness, but you're fully in the room. When you're busy doing something, you're not fully in the room. You're busy doing something. So let's go over a couple of the guidelines. So one of the guidelines was every line is a separate thought. Another guideline was action, which you weren't paying attention to at all. It doesn't mean you have to always do action, but in your case, it told a better story. Okay? Another thing was who am I relating to? Knowing that you're the coroner, they're coming to you for information, and they needed to solve a case. So really knowing who you're talking to. And also having the body. Now you had the body, but the body was too general before.
Right.
But the moment you opened the sheet and then looked at it and described it and really saw it, we knew exactly what you were doing.
And I was picturing it in my head. I mean, that's how, just like you said, and that helps so much.
So the guideline is, what am I doing? So I'm doing this, and then I'm doing this, and then I'm doing this, and then I'm doing this. So it's frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame by frame. And if you can get that down frame by frame by frame, then you have a strong foundation, and then you're not nervous in the room anymore. You'll be busy doing what you're supposed to be doing. Feeling what you're supposed to be feeling, knowing what you're saying, knowing what you're feeling, knowing what you're doing, and knowing the show. And at the very end, Paul, if there's a place for your sense of humor, please use it.
Okay.
And that was a great place for your sense of humor. You've got a great sense of humor. You have to use it. It was written in. So that last take, I would have called you back, and I would have potentially booked you because I believed you. Now, do you see the sharpness, guys? He's over here, over here, over here, and then says, then he was dumped in the ba-ba-ba. Did you see that sharp transition? So transitions is another guideline. Make sure you start marking your transitions. There's beginning, middle, and end. Those are your biggest transitions. Then there's transitions in the beginning, there's transitions in the middle, and there's transitions in the end. There's a lot of transitions, but you're only going to be as good as your transitions. And the more transitions that you hit strong, the stronger your character is going to be. You have to work your transitions. So you're going to rehearse your transitions, not your dialogue. Know what you're talking about. It's another guideline. What am I saying? What am I really saying? And that goes with every line as a separate thought.
I was just curious, when he was touching the body or uncovering the body, he was profiled just a little bit. I was wondering if it would be okay to cheat it out a little bit so you can see more of his face.
There's no reason to. Not in this case. Not in this case. Because if he's positioning the cop here,
Mm-hmm.
it's more interesting. You guys have to start thinking about how it would be shot.
Okay.
How would this be shot? Because they want to take this and put it in there. It's got to feel like a U-Haul is backing up into the audition room and they could just shoot the scene right there. So filmatically, it looked better on camera if it's over here, he's over here, and then he talks to them there.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be there, as opposed to here, there. It's much more exciting, everything here, there.
Interesting. Thank you.
Yeah. So you guys have to start being a little bit more creative. What?
About on that same note, if the audition is with 3 different characters all standing in the room, do you, as they're supposed to be saying their lines, do you look toward 3 different people or continue?
There's a rule to that. The first thing is that if they all have completely different personalities, make them 3 different people. But sometimes you'll be talking to 2 officers, you could just make them the same.
That makes sense.
I mean, if they're the same kind of person, like in this case, it was the same kind of person. So you just pick one.
Right, okay.
Because there were 2 other people that came in. There were 2 people that came in with you. So you would just pick one because otherwise it's going to be sloppy. But if 2 people are speaking to you completely differently and you're dealing with them differently, then you have to place them differently. And I'd say, so you place one there and you place one there. Right there and right there. Everything needs to go towards the camera. Not in the camera, towards the camera. I know this is a lot of information for you guys, but I think even if you got like 5 things today, it's going to drastically change your auditions.
Yeah, no, the more the better, I think.
Yeah, I mean, the deal is to work, right?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, for me, it didn't matter how many places that I trained or how many people I trained with or how many degrees I had I mean, I studied with Stella Adler, guys, with her. And then cut to 4 years ago, my book was nominated with her book for one of the best books in Backstage Reader's Choice. It was crazy. I studied with her, and I also studied at the neighborhood playhouse in New York City. And Meisner was upstairs. I was in the basement with the kids. It was the junior school. But Meisner was there. But so what? I didn't know how to book shit for like years. This is the technique that I created for myself, and I've shared it and shared it and shared it and shared it for 26 years. And so now it's your technique too. So guys, I'm taking, what did she give me? Tracy made a code, a $15 off code. So off the course. I have a course on Udemy. So instead of $89.99, it becomes $74, I think. So it's a whole course that you could take online, okay? So find me on Instagram. It's just at Amy Linden. DM me, and this goes for all of you TMFA people that are watching in the live. DM me at Amy Linden on Instagram, and I'll send you the code. And if you want anything else, just go to my website and go to the store. There's books, there's a bunch of stuff. I'm not here to sell you, I'm here to teach you. Because you are my people. You are my people. All right, so any final questions before I leave you today?
I just want to say thank you so much for picking me and helping me.
Well, Paul, I can't wait till you see the playback.